Zavaroni. Pronto, pronto? Zavaroni.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lena Macaroni.
Lena Macaroni? Seems like a nice girl.
Oh, shut that door, Larry. I'm not macaroni, I'm Zavaroni.
Spirits move me every time I'm near you, whirling like a cyclone in my mind. I St. Peter, angel of my lifetime, answer to all answers I can find. Baby, I love you. Baby, take me high upon a hillside, high up where the stallion meets the sun. I could love you, build my world around you, never leave you till my life is done. Baby, I want you. That you believed in fairy tales, and for someone else, but not for me. Paper house was meant to stand with paper nails, was all I thought that love could ever be. What's the use of trying when all you get is pain? When I needed sunshine, I got rain. Then I saw his face. Now I'm a believer, not a trace of doubt in my mind. Yes, I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave him if I tried. Not if I tried. Love is more or less a given thing, and the more I gave, the less I got. Like a flower that grows, love is like a living thing, and living things don't like to be forgot. Love was out to get me, and that was how it seemed. Living was forgetting all my dreams. Then I saw his face. Now I'm a believer, not a trace of doubt in my mind. Yes, I'm in love, and I'm a believer. Yes, I'm in love,
talk about an all-round entertainer, they're probably thinking about somebody like my first guest tonight. And he's an actor, a singer, a writer, and a composer. The star of his own one-man show, who became known to millions of television viewers for his funny topical songs that he sang on Nationwide. And then in his own series earlier this year. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Richard Stilgoe.
As I lay upon the operating table that day, I heard the surgeon saying as he studied my x-ray, we can put him back together, we've got the technology, but he'll never be the same again, not like you and me. And he was right, yes, he was right. You should have seen the mess they made me look a fright. I cannot run, I can't jump more than 2 feet off the ground. I don't move in slow motion with a synthesizer sound. I can't lift 2-ton cars like all the other fellas can. I'm the British Leyland $6 million man.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. And a special thank you to British Steel for giving me a free transfer to be here tonight. I should perhaps explain the difference between an ordinary transfer, where you just sort of float it on the surface of a saucer of water and the edges curl up, whereas with a steel transfer it just sort of sinks to the bottom and rusts. This time last week, actually, I was in Australia, and as they call it down there. And I had a wonderful time, because they love English people down there, or POMs, as they call them. You know, you can tell that they like POMs, because wherever you go in Australia, you will hear Australian people walking around the streets going, pom, 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 pom. Pom, 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 pom. And I took with me my wife and the 3 smaller children, who were 4.5 and 2.5 and 10 months, so that if the show went badly, they could come on and sing Edelweiss at the end. We had, I think we had 27 hours in the plane. And if your idea of heaven is spending 27 hours on an aeroplane with 3 children who are 4.5 and 2.5 and 10 months, then heaven is where we were that day. They thought it was wonderful, of course, the kids, because they'd never been in a plane before. They thought it was magic. They liked the bit best, just after we'd taken off, when the air hostess comes out and does the cabaret. You know, they do the dance of the emergency exits. And all that, and they watched all that, and they listened to the safety instructions and everything, and then for the next hour or so, as the plane climbed, the kids ran up and down the aisles going, we're going to crash, we're going to crash. I thought a lot of the other people on the plane were very unreasonable about that myself. No, it's lovely to be home and back with all the sort of familiar things, like economy cuts and double-decker buses and things, you know. And actually, the economy cut on this programme is, of course, the double-decker bus that we have back here for all the band to sit in. And they take it in turns to sit on the top so they can smoke. It's also lovely to be appearing with Lena Zavaroni, and I've been practising the name because I notice a lot of distinguished people have got it wrong. And I did actually some research into where the name comes from, and in fact, Lena Zavaroni is a dish. Or is rapidly growing up into one. And I thought you might like to have the recipe for Zavaroni, so as just to clear up any misunderstanding. And I think when you've heard the recipe for Zavaroni, you'll see why sometimes it needs clearing up after. In Italy they have a dish, the answer to a gourmet's wish, a dish that's very, very, very nice. But for the man who wants to slim, it's not the proper food for him. It has 10,000 calories a slice. Let me tell you all the recipe, then why it is so fattening, you'll see. You take the egg, you break the egg, you beat the egg, you heat the egg, you add the sugar, the cream, and the chips, you stick it together, you lick the lips, you fry it in batter, it make you fatter, you serve it up hot, and what have you got? Well, you not got the cannelloni, you not got the zabaglione, you not got the polo pony. No, you've got the Zavaroni. It's Italy's answer to baked beans. Though they don't in Italy have the opportunity to try Zavaroni served with kiwi greens.
Never knock a Zavaroni. You put them on a plate, you'll eat them all. After you do the fourth or fifth, you'll resemble Cyril Smith. After six, you look just like the Albert Hall. There's a Zavaroni bolognese, there's Zavaroni mayonnaise, and naturally there's Zavaroni cheese. And if for dinner you have got some guests, why not make them hot and cook it with an extra 3 degrees? But anyway, and under any 9, the basic recipe remains the same. You take the egg, you break the egg, you beat the egg, you heat the egg, you add the sugar, the cream, and the chips, you stick it together, you lick the lips, you fry it in batter, it make you fatter, you serve it out hot, and what have you got? Well, you not got the rigatoni, you not got the pepperoni, you not got the anigoni. No, you've got the Zavaroni, and the cookery right to say that it's a sin. Fanny Craddock, Zena Skinner have a haddock for their dinner, and both of them are really very thin. But the rest of us can try a Zavaroni. You can buy it to eat here or to take out. But don't, when in Rome, take a Zavaroni home, or her papa come and knock you about. To Scotland Zavaroni came, and though the name remains the same, the Scots make Zavaroni a new way. It's not like an Italian lunch, it's a small, but packs a lot of punch, and seems to get even smaller, day by day. However big and fat you've so far been, Scottish Zavaroni makes you lean. For you, forget the egg, and no get the egg. The sugar, I think, it goes down at the sink. The cream and the chips are bad for the hips. Instead, you steal a little oatmeal, the bits of a sheep you get very cheap. It tastes pretty grim, but it'll make you slim. And it's a sweet, but it's not a Shetland pony. It's a thin, but it's not a bony maroni. It's a small, but it's not a Mickey Roni. So it's called a Lena Zavaroni. It's a different from the ones in Italy. It's no starch and it's no fat, it's the one for Jack a Sprat. It's as lean as lean as lean as lean can be. It's called a Lena Zavaroni. It has one thing no other food enjoys. If you cover it with stock and you prick it with a fork, Lena Zavaroni makes a lot of noise. It's called a Lena Zavaroni. It's not like the ones in Italy. It's no starch and it's no fat, it's the one for Jack a Sprat. It's as lean as lean as lean as lean can be. It's called a Lena Zavaroni, and it has one thing no other food enjoys. If you give it half a chance, it will do a song and dance. For a Lena Zavaroni makes a lot of noise.
Heartbreaking passion, they won't be in fashion, but I wanna make the world laugh. Others do drama of sin and disgrace, but I throw a fish in the heroine's face. To keep them in stitches, I burn the star's britches and sew Cousin Sally in half. Directors deal with humanity's woes. I'd rather see the guy with a fly on his nose. My goal and my mission, my burning ambition is I wanna make the world laugh. Some have a leaning for dark hidden meaning. The world laugh. Let other directors from tragic romance but I like the hero with pants in his pants. And nothing I found is as sweet as the sound is the music that raises our laugh. My great new plot but tear in his crack. I'd rather see the guy go flat on his back. I've been blessed with, completely possessed with this. I wanna make the world laugh. By the way, did I ever tell you the one about the... So keep the schmaltz and the suds and the tears. The only I know is to tickle your ears. Yes, 'cause I've been blessed with, completely possessed with this. I wanna make the world, 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 I wanna make the whole world. Love! I've been waiting such a long time, looking after you, but you're not here. What's another year? I've been walking such a long time, reaching after you, but you're not near. What's another year? What's another year for someone who's lost everything he owns? What's another year for someone who's getting used to being alone? I've been praying such a long time, it's the only way to have a feel. What's another year? What's another year for someone who's lost everything he owns? What's another year for someone who's getting used to being alone? I've been trying such a long time with such a lot of pain in every tear. What's another year? What's another year? What's another year? What's another year?
What's another year? Well, it's a lovely song that made this year belong to Ireland in the Eurovision Song Contest. Now, my next guest has had a huge hit recently, both here in Britain and back home in the States, with Together We Are Beautiful. Well, she's certainly a beautiful performer, and I'm really thrilled that she's with us tonight singing I Want You Back. Ladies and gentlemen, Fern Kinney.
want you back. Want you back. How can I ever carry on without you? What else can I do? You know I'm not over you. I want you back. Oh, I want you back. Want you back. How can I ever carry on without you? I want you back. Oh, I want you back. Want you back. How can I ever carry on without you? I want you back. Oh, I want you back. Want you back. I want you back. Oh, I want you back. Want you back. Carry on without you. I want you back.
Well, that's it for another week, but my many thanks to Fern, Kinney and Richard Stilgoe. So until next week, when my guests will be David Gates and Janice Ian, I'll see you then. Good night.